Hey, what's up, y'all? I wanted to talk to you guys about something that is extremely important when it comes to relationships and love, and that is the ability to change and the necessity to change. The title of my book is Revolutionizing How to Love, a Guide to a Successful Relationship. And the reason why I chose the word revolutionizing is because a revolution is a change in a system. And I believe the way that we've been taught how to pursue love and how to endure love has been just wrong. So, how do I know that? A, you can just look at your own personal relationships. I think there are a lot more people who are trying to make a relationship work, and that isn't working. They spend more time trying to make it work than it actually working, and that's just unacceptable, right? When it's the majority. And also, just look at the stats. Right now, we're just about at 60% of couples who get married end up in divorce court. 60%. That is a horrible statistic. And then we don't take into account the 40%, the remaining balance of the 40%, right? And half of those people are what I call anchored in their relationship, meaning they're only in it because they got kids, or they have a mortgage, or it's cheaper to keep her, or there's just something that's anchoring them in a relationship that they otherwise would be out of, right? So you got the 60%, then you have the half of the remaining balance of the 40%. That's like 80+% of couples who are in relationships are unhappy. And I think that's just such an unfortunate and horrible statistic when it comes to love. What's greater than love? There's nothing greater than love. No house, no car, no money. When love is real and when love is good. I'm not talking about that, that imposter that's floating around here that a lot of people claim that that's love. That's not love. I'm talking about love where your partner loves you, respects you, and you respect your partner. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important that we change the way that we, like I said, pursue and endure relationships. And so what are some things that we need to change? I think one of the things we absolutely need to change is the mindset, the okey doke, that relationships are hard and difficult. Relationships are not hard and difficult. Wrong relationships are hard and difficult. When you have a good relationship and a positive relationship, it's not hard and it's not difficult. We have to change that mindset. And if you look at how many people spend so much time in wrong relationships, that's why. Because it's been emblazoned in our minds that relationships are hard and difficult. So when we're in a hard and difficult relationship, we tend to stay in it because we believe that's how relationships are supposed to be. Absolutely not, right? Your spouse should be your refuge. Your spouse should be the person that you run to when the rest of the world got you going crazy, right? They're supposed to be your peace. They're supposed to be the one that calms you down when you hype. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people don't even want to go home because of the person that's there waiting for them. You know, another thing that we need to change is the belief that people are supposed to accept us exactly how we are. If you want to have a relationship that is, let me just say this, for the people that follow me, I'm really speaking to people who are ready for a real serious relationship, meaning a happy, functional, monogamous relationship. If you're looking for a happy, functional, monogamous relationship, the things that I talk about are the things I believe you need to implement, right? Which is contrary to what a lot of the things that we've been taught. And one of those things is expecting people to accept you for all of your flaws. And none of us are going to be perfect, right? But there are some imperfections that we have that are going to negatively impact our relationship, whether it's jealousy, whether it's anger, whether you got a gambling problem, a drug problem, an alcohol problem. You know, if you have these characteristics and expect to have a happy, functional, monogamous relationship, you're just wasting your time. And that's another thing we need to change is the vows. I get it, you took these vows, you might be religious or whatever, and you took these vows and to death do us part. So what, you going to spend the rest of your life unhappy? because you took some vows. I mean, I understand the concept of it, but the reality is if you want to live your one life that you have happily, and you're with somebody who absolutely makes you miserable and is not going to change, in a situation you know in your heart of hearts is not going to change, you might want to get up out that relationship and stop spending 10, 15 years in it trying to fix it when it's not going to get fixed. You know, I'm all about people staying together. I'm all about love. I'm all about being happy. And if the person that you're with is not making you that, then you need to bounce. You need to get out of there, you know, and there's no shame in it. And you know, these are one of many, many things that we need to change if we expect to have a more positive relationship, right? And it's just crazy to me because we keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expect to get a better, different result, and we never do. And you know, one of the major things that I think people need to change is self-love. That's like the genesis of all loves to me. Like, if you don't have self-love, then you're not going to have any kind of love that's functional. If you don't love yourself, how can you love somebody else? And if you don't love yourself, how can you receive love from anyone else? To me, it's an impossibility. You know, I know in your mind you may think that you can, but you really and truly can't. Because if you don't think that you deserve good love, what you'll do is you'll sabotage it. You'll find a way to sabotage it. It may not be a conscious decision, but it's something that you'll figure out how to do. But I want you guys, what I've been finding is that people are having a hard time with change. It's not funny, but it's funny because it's like so many people expect to have something different without the change. If you have the ingredients to an apple pie, right? You got the apples, you have the crust, and you have all the other ingredients that you need, but you want to make a cherry pie. If you don't change the fruit, you're gonna get an apple pie. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to figure out that you might want to understand the same thing applies when it comes to your life. If you have anger issues, if you have jealousy issues and all types of insecurities, and you don't have self-love, and you don't have all the other ingredients that you need to make a relationship be happy, monogamous, and functional, you are absolutely going to get the same result, which is unhappiness. Changing sometimes may mean you might be single. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing we need to change, is stop settling, y'all. Stop settling. Stop settling with people who are... Stop settling with people for the sake of not being single. You know what I'm saying? If you settle for when you settle, you're settling for less than what you need. And if you settle for less than what you need, guess what you're going to receive? Less than what you need. Every time. That's not gonna be a different result. That's gonna be the situation every single time. Understand these rules and these laws, man. There's certain laws that we just have to follow, whether we like it or not. You know, if I drop this phone, it's gonna hit the ground. You know why? Because there's a law of gravity, and there's certain things that we need to change. And if we don't change, the law says that it's going to remain the same. I didn't make the rules. I'm just the messenger, right? So I want everybody to embrace and receive the best possible love that they can. You know, I'm a self-proclaimed lover of love. Like I said, I don't think there's anything greater, and I love seeing couples happy. I love seeing married couples happy, boyfriend and girlfriend couples happy, engaged couples happy. I just want everybody to be happy and stop being as miserable as I see so many people are in their relationships, just unhappy every day. We have to change that, and I'm doing my part to make sure that that happens. All right, so really think about what I said. Comment if you agree. Comment if you disagree. For those who don't follow me on Instagram, you can at Frank C. Johnson on Instagram, and on Facebook you can follow me at author Frank C. Johnson. And of course, you can always pick up my book on Amazon. Revolutionizing How to Love, a guide to a successful relationship. And my name again, Frank C. Johnson. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos, so look out for them. All right, love y'all. Peace.